Mary had a little man.
False. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Believe me.
Help is on the way.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
Why won't he release his tax returns? And I think there may be a couple of reasons. First, maybe he's not as rich as he says he is. Second, maybe he's not as charitable as he claims to be. Third, we don't know all of his business dealings, but we have been told through investigative reporting that he owes about $650 million to Wall Street and foreign banks. Or maybe he doesn't want the American people, all of you watching tonight, to know that he's paid nothing in federal taxes, because the only years that anybody's ever seen were a couple of years when he had to turn them over to state authorities when he was trying to get a casino license, and they showed he didn't pay any federal income tax. So if he's paid zero, that means zero for troops, zero for vets, zero for schools or health. And I think probably he's not all that enthusiastic about having the rest of our country see what the real reasons are, because it must be something really important, even terrible, that he's trying to hide.
I hate to say it, everybody, but she was so right. And she told us so. She told us so every chance she got. That there was 2015, okay? 2015. Almost 10 years it took to bring this guy in. Almost 10 years. 10 years. And you know how guilty he was? Do you have any idea how guilty Donald Trump was? It's like not even Bob Menendez guilty. Not even Bob Menendez's wife guilty. Like so guilty that there wasn't even a need to go to a jury. Oh my God. So you know what a summary judgment is? I'll tell you in a second, okay? It means there are no facts in dispute, because a jury, as you know, is the trier of facts. If no facts are in dispute, no need to go through the muss and fuss of a jury, and no facts were in dispute. No facts at all. In fact, the stuff that the attorneys for Donald Trump were presenting to the court was the same old sludge, same old arguments over and over and over. And the court was like, what is this, Groundhog Day? You keep making the same stupid argument that I have rejected over and over and over again. Why are you doing? So finally, the judge said, you know what? Entering a judgment against the Trump organization, it is fraudulent. This man inflated his worth, his net worth, his value as a businessman, anywhere from $2.2 billion to $3.2 billion. That's like looking at your penis and telling me it's 2.2 miles long. Okay? And that I can say without insulting anybody and what they're packing down there. You may be a grower, not a shower. I don't know. I don't care. But that's how big of a lie it was. That's how unbelievable a lie it has been about what Donald Trump's value is. The idea that he is a complete and utter fraud, and that his attorneys lied and constantly sought to delay this day by making the same argument over and over. The judge was so done with them that he literally, he reamed him a new ass. I don't even know how else to put it. He was livid and actually sanctioned all of the Trump attorneys. Sanction them. Money fines. $7,500 each of them must pay to the court. And you know what Donald Trump was doing? You know, Donald Trump is like, this is crazy. But when I first met Howard, you know Howard's a lawyer, right? But he's not a litigator. But when I first met Howard, realized how enamored I was of the fact that he had a doctorate in jurisprudence, you know. And so one of the first gifts he ever gave me, you know, I like these kitschy things. Okay, I like a little bobblehead. This is my Howard right there. There he is. Hi. Yeah. Yes, you remember this? Yes, I do. Give me a kiss. Okay, so one of the first presents that Howard ever got me was a real piece of kitsch. It's this thing that you plug it in, or it's got batteries. You turn it on, and it's supposed to be a lawyer. and it starts yelling at you. I'll sue everybody. Here's how to sue everybody and win. It was hysterical, okay? It was just a great little toy. It's on my desk at home, okay, in my home office. Anyway, he knew that, the whole idea of being, these people are so vile. They are so disgusting that they actually had to be held accountable for the amount of lies and it was all about delay. The whole thing was about delay. It was all about putting off the inevitable. And so the judge got so angry. Not only did he fine Donald Trump's lawyers, but he said because they continue to lie to the court, because Donald Trump continues to lie to the court and to Americans over and over and over again about the same thing that the judge has already. So now he has no choice. Oh, this is so beautiful. But to dissolve the Trump organization, to hand it over to receivers. He put the entire Trump organization in receivership.
Fatality.
It's done. It's over. The scamming, the fraud, it's over. Now, there will still be a portion of the Letitia James. We owe like a debt of gratitude, not just to Letitia James, the New York Attorney General, but also to Suzanne Craig from the New York Times and her team that actually was able to dissect Donald Trump's taxes. Remember that massive, massive article that happened when she was able to see Fred Trump's tax returns and see the fraud in just the inheriting of the money, the leaving of the money, the abject, irresponsibility of Donald Trump to actually come clean and pay the taxes he owed. I mean, just amazing people. David K. Johnston, who's been covering Donald Trump's, Michael D'Antonio, all the people that wrote books about the fraud that is Donald Trump and the Trump organization, all of them deserve a debt of gratitude and thanks from us, the loyal, readers, the people who actually read this work, who actually take the time in their lives and set it aside to understand whether or not their president is a crook. Because the American people need to know whether their president is a fraud, whether he's a crook, whether he's a con, whether he's a slimy snake oil salesman. And he is. He is. There's nothing about his business that is on the up and up. There is nothing about the numbers that can be believed. So the rest of the trial is going to be damages. The rest of the trial is going to look at whether or not he defrauded insurance companies using, remember, it all goes back to Mazars. And this is the argument they kept making over and over again. Donald Trump didn't prepare his tax return. He relied on Mazars. But we all learned that Mazars, when they prepare financial statements, they have a disclaimer right at the top that says that this financial estimate is based on reporting by the Trump organization, right? And so that they're not responsible for concluding anything about Donald Trump's organization as far as whether these numbers are real or false. They just took the numbers they were given and created a valuation of Donald Trump. But it turned out that Donald Trump was lying to them too. That's why they dropped him as a client. Remember? They dropped him as a client, and he kept on going to court. His lawyers did over and over and over. In this case, making that same claim. Well, Donald Trump isn't responsible for the financial, for the amount, for the valuation of it. Mazars did that. And the judge kept ruling. There's a giant disclaimer that says they're only able to come up with this conclusion based on the Donald Trump numbers. Stop making the stupid. Stop it. And they wouldn't stop it. And he realized they will never conduct their business with any ethics. He will never conduct business with any transparency or honesty. And so now we have to figure out, how hard did he lie to insurance companies? And how hard did he lie to the banks? But Donald Trump is now going to owe $250 million and can't do business in New York. Do you understand what that means? Oh, my God. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to RandiRhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.